Well, gentlemen, we're back from Hollywood, California, and unfortunately, the Golden Globe did not go to the Vox Cascadia podcast. It's some Amy Poehler bullshit.
Oh man, that's such a bummer. I know it was like really, it was really tight, but I was just happy to be nominated. So
yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't have won the podcast when we have such amazing audio, like Connor on an open mic, just adjusting the fuck out of his microphone.
Well, I thought I hit the mute button. Clearly, I did not.
You did not actually.
Yeah, I thought I hit space. Oh, yes. That's why, because I'm not alt tabbed into Zencaster. Now, all right.
There you go.
No, still not work. Why is spacebar not working?
Because you got to like click into Zencaster first, and then once you clicked into Zencaster, then you can hit the space button.
It's not working.
All right. Well,
you can. Well, all right. Well, yeah, that's why we're not winning Golden Globes until we figure out spacebar technology.
At least got
very complicated. Do you guys have mechanical keyboards? Well, I know you do, Connor.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. I don't even know what I have. I got some weird like Logitech thing that I got at Costco.
That's an awful keyboard. You need a good keyboard.
That works great for me.
Yeah, we'll show you the light. Connor, have you flipped your spacebar yet?
No, I bought this, I think, from like a Best Buy maybe 4 years ago and haven't done anything to it since.
What the fuck is what is flipping a spacebar?
You turn the spacebar around, pull it off of your keyboard. It doesn't work on your keyboard, but on a mechanical keyboard, usually you can pull your spacebar off and you can flip it around, and it's way better. So,
is it like the contour is better? Like, just
absolutely. Okay. Just like it feels good. It feels like it rests properly.
So it's more like you like the contour a little different. It hits a little different spot for you.
Absolutely. I like a nice contour. Chuck, you got me listening to this Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Okay. I'm on book 7.
I know, it's wild.
5 hours into it. I've been packing and listening to it. It's been perfect. Yeah. But I also I'm into it. I have like mixed feelings. It's good. I have mixed feelings about the series, but it's entertaining, but like every time the AI speaks, I feel like that's what is inside of your head. That's you. That's your inner monologue, especially the horny AI.
Oh, the horny AI is 100% my inner monologue. The weird thing is, so we've talked about this a little bit in our in the Discord. If you're not in, come join us. And like you mentioned it, Greg mentioned it, Cody mentioned it, that like it's kind of a horny book in some points, and
especially the first one.
Yeah, it actually, and I think like once you meet Samantha, that's kind of a horny spot too.
Yeah, I mean, like Samantha's just always kind of horny. Like I feel like Samantha is him having an avenue for those jokes, but like not like. Not being as committed to them, Yeah.
But the thing is like, I didn't really think it was that horny. I was just like, okay, cool. There's a strap-on dildo.
Because you're depraved beyond all measures, Chuck.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that too. Because some of my friends who I think are like right there with me are like, man, this is a little fucked up actually, and I'm like, I didn't think so at all.
It definitely, especially if you're deep in it, once you finish so many books, I could see how you could forget how horny the first one was.
I didn't even in book 1, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like,
what fanfic are you reading, Chuck?
Yeah,
I'm just going to that Reddit that you sent me.
No, nice. Yeah. Actually, Chuck, you probably have no idea. Tyler, I think I might have something you have heard of regarding fanfic. That I had a serious conversation with our D&D group about, because a lot of them didn't know. Have you ever heard of ABO, Tyler? Like the ABO universe?
No, I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with like AO3.
No, it's not. I just heard Sierra from the living room go, Connor, please, because we derailed like an hour of
Wait, hold on one more time. Wait, ABL?
ABO is an alpha, beta, omega.
Oh, yep.
Okay, Tyler has heard of that. Chuck, does that ring any bells to you?
I just Googled it, and
what's up?
we're getting.
I love you so much.
This is the 3rd time.
Well, it's because it's just so crazy. I need to know who else is it, and like we share. Listen, we're a Kill Team podcast, but for like 5 minutes of
know who your friends are alphas.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, like,
shut up.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen anything on that, but I remember those memes from Tumblr back.
Yeah,
in the day.
it's a very Tumblr coded thing, and I can tell Chuck is now reading through probably the Google AI summary.
Yeah, it's Wikipedia actually. So,
oh, they have a Wikipedia. Nice.
Yeah, everything's got a Wikipedia, dude. I'm gonna start
Absolutely.
our Wikipedia.
We have a whole 300 listeners a month. Like Wikipedia worthy. So
yeah, pretty much.
It's all factual. So
yeah, now I need to. We'll dig into the Omegaverse.
We don't have to. I was just curious if
no.
I was like, if this is something Tyler hasn't heard of, I'm gonna be genuinely blown away.
I feel like you brought this up to me and Nick at one point, and Nick and I were just like, "What the fuck are you talking
he's
about?"
Just, I mean, like Connor's always just dropping hints about, it's that self-insert. It's like the Jeff, what's his name's feet thing. That's
Matt
that's it. Yeah, Matt Denneman feet thing. Connor's just can't help himself.
Yeah,
so.
Let people know what a depraved freak I am, just like Chuck.
I mean, if you're not like subtly trying to like let your people in on your kinks, like what are you even doing?
Yeah,
just like kind of barely, just like yeah, man. People are into feet stuff. That's like real weird, right? Mm-hmm. No, okay, mm-hmm. All right, okay, all right. Yeah, you just got to like gradually like lure them in, and then you can tell them what a weirdo you are. So,
yeah, absolutely.
But this is, as Connor mentioned, we talk about Kill Team for 5 minutes.
Welcome to the Vox Cascadia podcast. We are a Kill Team podcast. So yeah, it should be a good. We have a lot to talk about with Kill Team. There's been a lot of movement in this game recently. A lot of news, especially with the new year. So we're on that big preview show coming up. Yeah,
we definitely are on that.
Hey, we're on the earnings report that they realize they can't get us enough boxes.
That's I think that's positive. Like specifically called out in the earnings report as a successful game that they like keep selling out of, that they want to produce more of. That they're bringing another factory online soon. So I think that's all positive stuff for Kill Team. I think they're going, hey, there's a huge demand here. A lot of people are liking the game. A lot of people are liking the models we're releasing, liking the format of the releases, and they can't get enough of it. So I think that's a great thing for our game.
Yeah, and I actually played some of our game this last weekend. So we're going to do a little recap of the War on Christmas and my experience there. So our homies at Board Bard hosted a tournament from the Westradiol folks. Some members of our community, Emily Hunter, I think William helped out with it. I know Olivia did painted a team, Holly. And so they hosted a 24-player tournament this past weekend down at Board Bard in Portland, Oregon. And I played Stealth Suits actually. So I had one game previous to that. So and
they look real good.
Yeah, thank you. I need to get some like good pictures of them. It was like I said, 24-player tournament. They ran our bounty system, so we helped create. They adopted that and gave. I think they raised about $350 for charity.
Hell yeah! Way to go, guys!
Yeah, Olivia had she painted up a set of Death Watch, actually the DEI Death Watch that had all the different flags on them and gave those away for the prize.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was the prize. That's awesome.
So yeah, that was the raffle prize. So for the bounty,
the bounty board.
Words. Yeah. So
words are hard.
But I played it in a 4-round tournament. I brought stealth suits. I should have gone back and listened to my own podcast because, spoiler alert, I did not win.
You won in my heart, though.
Yeah, thank you. I'm number one in your heart. Yes. So just quickly go through my games and some highlights. I'll drop some pictures in the chat here too, because I did get some decent shots here too. So my first game was actually against Nate, and Nate brought Wolf Scouts. It was Dead Silence, the box. So actually, we played on Tomb World. I'd never played. This is my second game ever with Stealth Suits. I'd never even played against Wolf Scouts. Have either of you guys had a chance to play against Stealth Suits yet?
No, actually, surprisingly.
They need some help. So as the rumors are true. But Nate and I, we played a game. It was fun. We drew actually. So
proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
perfectly balanced. The dead silence box, no matter what anybody says. No, I hit him with I took out his rune priest with one of the meltas. I'm trying to remember what he had some good plays on me too, and we just like it came down to a stalemate right at the end. We were adding up points and perfectly balanced. So it's a fun game though, and I'm actually excited to play. I want to play Wolf Scouts and play into Wolf Scouts a little bit more because they were scary. I was super excited to get a Melta onto the leader, and then realized that the leader just comes back with 1 wound, so didn't matter anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know what you're doing with them, Connor, but
being bad.
Yeah. So that was round 1 for me, and so I'm coming out of it 0-0-1. So round 2, I went into Austin and Austin's Canoptic Circle. This was my, I think, 2nd game in against Canoptic Circle, 3rd game ever with Stealth Suits, and needless to say, it did not go like it went when I played Sam. So when I played Sam gave me a nuke with my Rekkas, and I killed half of his team. Austin and I lost this one actually. So I lost 21-4. And I have a question for you guys. So, so I got a Austin kind of overextended a little bit in turn 1, and I actually got my Melta onto his Canoptic or his Cryptek, and I killed him. Well, Austin had a medic in range, but didn't realize he had the medic in range. That was kind of the end of turning point 1, and where I killed his leader, and he took another shot. I shrugged it off on a drone. That was the last activation. We went to the end of the turning point. Well, at that point, Austin was thinking that he had a medic res, but the leader at that point wasn't on the what's it called? What's their
the little power line thing?
Yeah. Connor, what's that called?
The Matrix, right?
The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the node Matrix.
Node,
so well, it wasn't on the Matrix, and then so we started to go, and then I realized that even though the guy wasn't on the node Matrix, that the medic was within 6 inches, and had he called it, he could have got a res off on him. So I let Austin roll it back to that, and then the game went to shit for me because from that point on, I rolled like crap. He got some good rolls, and his leader wasn't dead yet, so it made a huge difference. So, gentlemen, did I do the right thing and give him the answer to the problem, or since he didn't call out that he had the medic res, should I just have let it go on and maybe let him know later? Like, it's a tournament. It's not like it's a casual game. So what do you think?
I think given that it's a tournament, and that it's specifically a competitive tournament too, it's not a fun or a casual one. So Westradiol runs specifically competitive tournaments. Not that our community is not friendly up here in the Northwest, but there's definitely I guess like a tone for an event. You're not going to go to Brandon Bean's monthly and expect people to tell you what to do, right? And I would expect the same thing at a Westradiol event. He made the mistake. He didn't call it. In the next turning point, you could have been like, hey, I just want to let you know, you didn't do this. It is a tournament. So we're going to just go ahead and proceed. I think that's how I would play that situation there. I think it's very nice to let your opponent roll back on stuff like that. Generally, especially if they catch it like right after, but it sounds like a fair amount happened afterwards, between like when it could have been resurrected and when he finally noticed, or when you pointed it out. So,
Connor, what do you think on that?
I pretty much agree with Tyler. As boring as that is, I think, yeah, since it's a tournament and it's not like a casual game, and it's not like a pickup or like doubles event, unfortunately they kind of forgot about it. That's on them, though. With how stupid I am at opening my mouth to tell my opponent, hey, don't forget your reroll, I probably would have said, hey, don't forget you're right next to your medic so you can res, after I like blew him up, and been like, why did I say that? That was really stupid of me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I saw, and I actually measured the medic. That's how I knew he was within 6 inches after everything was said and done, because I measured the medic before I actually before I shot him. and realized that the medic was in there. We moved on, but I felt like I needed to say it, but I think going forward in a tournament at least I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That being said, you got some good karma points, so like hopefully it like you find a 20 on the street or something tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. I think that like especially if your opponent calls out their own mistake within a relatively short time, you should generally let them have it. Before like they've moved on from that action. Once another model's been activated, stuff like that, then it's really stuff needs to stay where it is.
Yeah. So, well, that was round 2. So at this point, I'm 0-1-1. Good news about that is since I actually conceded in the middle of turn 2 because at that point all I had left was my leader. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go next door to the bar, go to the bar and get an old fashioned on tap and watch some of the ball game. So. Yeah, Tyler, you popped up there and joined me during lunch, actually.
I did. I stopped by, dropped off a bunch of terrain. As you can see, my shelves, my walls are very barren at the moment.
It's a sad sight, man.
It's
as are my loins.
I thought you meant we're a sad sight, and I was like, did something happen after the tournament? Like you were really upset about that loss?
Yeah, just it's a self-mutilation thing. Don't ask about it.
But yeah, no, it was great to see everyone. Looked like a really fun tournament. I was going to play in it, but packing, getting ready to go is far more important. I'm excited to be in my new place here.
Yeah, coming up pretty soon. You'll have a new headquarters for you.
Absolutely. So get to check out the place this Friday, in person finally. So
that's kind of seen it yet. No, you already committed to it.
These days, that's not how it goes. When you're looking for an apartment, you commit, you pay, and then you get to see it after you've done all of that. So
damn.
Yeah, absolutely. It sucks, but you can look at the floor plan online and they show you photos.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be great, right?
Yeah, it's new construction, and it's got pretty good reviews. So
nice, that's good.
Yeah, I've driven through the neighborhood, checked it out, from the outside. So it looks good. So photos look solid. So
they did actually. By the way, going back to the old fashioned, Tyler, I feel like I think the old fashioned grew on me. Because we had one when we ran our tournament there a couple weeks ago. We went over there.
It's so bad.
we both asked for old fashions, and then they just went straight to the tap, and I was like, okay, and it wasn't the best old fashioned. I honestly feel like it was better this time. I don't know what it was. You had a little sip of mine. Did it feel any better to you?
Pretty bad. I think I'd get a Manhattan there. So
yeah. They did have, I'm going to drop these in the chat here. They did have actually loaded nachos or loaded not loaded nachos, loaded crisp cut fries.
Bet that was good.
Those were actually delicious. So I wasn't mad about that. So it was good vegetarian lunch for me. So so after that went to round 3. Round 3 I matched up with Alex Beckers, and it was the greater good versus the greater good. So I had my stealth suits and Alex had Vespid Stingwings. And I don't think I've played against Vespids since they got buffs. They're pretty nasty now. Have you guys had a chance to play them?
Oh yeah. So I have not played against them since the buffs. I haven't played in a minute. So
yeah, they've got some tricks. I ended up winning 16-14, and it honestly came down to the last. We played on open. It was a hamburger board. Can't remember the board, but it came down to the last shooting. And if he could have taken out one of my guys, he would have won. But I think he whiffed, and I rolled pretty good too. So, Connor, have you played against Vespids lately?
Yeah, they're one of the teams I actually run into a little bit more regularly than not.
It seems like more people are playing them now that they've actually gotten some buffs. They came out in the what was it? Hive Storm box, and yeah. I didn't really see them much.
Yeah, some people play them just because they like the models or they thought they were fun to play. But I think they're a pretty strong counter to elites right now. Yeah. They do real solid into them. You get a few good rolls. Accurate's really good with them. And they're solid. So
yeah. Alex had a like they were painted up kind of like bumblebees or yellow jackets actually too. So it was pretty cool. There's a few people. CB was there with Vespids. I think there was a third Vespid player there as well too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Vespid meta currently.
Yeah.
So
Plus, I mean, with like Tomb World being really prominent, they have good tech into it. Just with that, like, hey, light barricades don't count once a turn ploy. So that's pretty good, you know. There's been like, I can shoot you normally when you wouldn't be able to. It makes you have to play either super defensively or you kind of just hope you can tank it type of deal. Which if they roll all sixes, you're not tanking much.
Yeah, they've got. They feel like one of those teams that has every like 6 keywords every time they shoot.
Yeah, severe, saturate, accurate.
Yeah, and they have to do like a move, and then they get like piercing or something. So they just like jiggle in place for a little bit, and but that was a fun game. It was I hadn't had a chance. Actually, everybody I played this weekend, it was people that I didn't get a chance to play. I was hoping to play against Keaton because I've never played against Keaton, and Keaton was there. Keaton decided to steal my cards. I sat next to him in game 2, and he basically reached over and stole half my cards. So.
Wow.
Thanks, Keaton.
Wow. Jeez.
He is the number one fan of the podcast. That's this podcast number one fan privileges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Half of Chuck's deck. So.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, like I steal half of Chuck's paycheck, so I mean it's only fair.
Pretty much. So
that OnlyFans is expensive.
It really is.
So much for that content, you know?
I just don't get why he's that into it's just me sitting on a couch reviewing tacos, but people seem to love it.
Because you don't have pants on.
It's the sounds that you make also.
The ASMR as I just devour on a delicious burrito or something.
Yeah. Speaking of tacos, speaking of things, Connor, do you have the gift that I sent you handy?
I do kind of. Let me grab it really quick.
All right. So this is for our visual listeners / viewers on YouTube. I got ASMR Connor a little
open the package.
I don't know if this is really what ASMR is, but
I don't either.
I think you have to like tap the package with your fingernails, like show it.
I clicked on my fingernails, so there's like no fingernails to be tapped with. But
you have to like, yeah, exactly. Well, you still got to do it, like best you can.
So I got Connor a little Christmas present here because we know the man loves his Baja Blast, so I couldn't resist this. So.
For real.
So, and for our audio listeners, I got Connor a Back the Blast flag. So it's
the only blue I will back is the Baja Blast blue.
Yes,
and I guess like firefighters, but I think they're red, so it's fine.
And I had it sent to Connor, and Connor was supposed to open it on air, but
whoops. You made me very concerned about what it was, so I kind of just opened it and kind of forgot about it. I was supposed to wait.
Yeah, him and Sierra were a little terrified of it. So
with my luck, you'd send me anthrax.
You can't get anthrax anymore. I just like ricin, but I guess they have a cure for ricin now.
What's ricin? I haven't even heard of that one.
Another neurotoxin.
Yeah.
Man, how many neurotoxins are there?
A lot.
Come on, get with it, buddy.
Yeah, geez,
like
not
poisoning people.
Yeah, I mean, this is all like covered in like middle school. We
were just talking about like whether Marilyn Manson got like ribs removed in middle school.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
I know, but speaking of presents and also Taco Bell, I have another gift. I was supposed to open last time we recorded, but I didn't have internet, so good thing we didn't. But Grant was kind enough to get me a Christmas present as well. Thank you so much, Grant. And any audio people, it's wrapped in Taco Bell, like a wrapper, which is very on brand for me. Yeah. So thank you, Grant. I haven't opened this yet because I'm a good person, unlike with Chuck. God damn it, Grant. God damn it, Grant. This is very kind. Grant has gotten me dice for the Sons of Behemoth, their Age of Sigmar. But the sixes are fuck. Perfect. The sixes are feet, so perfect for all this dungeon crawler Carl talk today as well.
For real.
Grant wins.
Well done, Grant. Both wonderful gifts. I'll have to use these this week. Grant, I hate you. Not really. This is very kind. Thank you so much, man.
That's a very good gift. So
yeah, I do like the colors on them.
Don't do weird stuff to them.
I'm not.
You're gonna end up in the ER like.
How many dice can you fit in your mouth, Connor?
Mouth.
Yeah, that was the nice one on air. We can
16
find that
millimeter die.
We can find that out.
We can find that out.
Yeah, that's for the after show though. You got to be a patron to see how many dice Connor can fit into his mouth.
I mean, if we're doing, it's either 16 millimeter, and then we'll have to do the other one with the little smaller ones when you get. Like
I think that's more of a choking hazard. You know.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I got Sierra. Chuck can call her, or you can call her if I start choking out on dice.
I don't have Sierra's number.
That's a good point.
I think I do.
What was her Discord handle again?
She's not in our Discord.
Yeah, but she's on Discord.
She is.
You sent it one time in a screenshot, and I haven't been able to find it since then, because when I do,
there's a reason. Listen, there's a reason that you don't have her info, because I can only imagine what terrible things will occur.
Yeah. So
Chuck would be nothing but a gentleman.
Oh, of course, but
but a fucking honor.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
absolutely.
He wouldn't be like creepy to her. He'd be creepy to me.
Yeah, absolutely. He'd be getting all the inside scoops. So
yeah, I would slide into her DMs just to find ways to fuck with you. Is all.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's separate.
She'd be into it also. Like
probably.
That's
she likes terrorizing me. It's the best.
We all do.
I know.
Honestly, thanks for being such a good sport. We love you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No. All right.
It's like it's cute aggression, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. By the way, with my round 1 tie, Connor, I did like that you were like, way to Connor that one or something. What was the?
I think I said way to Connor it or something, which you finished the tournament 1-1-1, which is like the most Connor way to finish a tournament. Well done.
For real.
Yeah. Well, there's 4 games, so I didn't go 1-1-1. I went.
Oh, damn. I thought there was only 3.
Actually, 1-2-1. Spoiler alert.
Now that's a Connor score too.
It was a 4-round tournament, which actually Jeremy Spake did not realize it was a 4-round tournament until I think the night before. And Jeremy continues to sign up for tournaments and not realize like what's going on with them.
Yeah.
So we did have a 4-round tournament. So round 4, I had actually paired up against Chris Dunshee. And y'all may deep Vox Cascadia cut. You may remember from, what was it? Not Kill Scream. It was, I think our 420 tournament, like 2 years ago, last year or something, 2 years ago, where Chris had his backpack stolen.
Mm-hmm. That was Kill Scream too.
No, I don't think that was Kill Scream. I think because I think I was a judge for that. I think that was one of our other. Was it Kill Scream?
Yeah, it was Kill Scream 2 that his back got stolen.
I think it was Kill Scream 2. That for whatever reason like seems to sound right.
Yeah.
So some fucking magic nerd took his bag, and then when he got confronted about it, the guy's like, "Well, I thought it was mine." I'm like, sir, come on. Like, this bag does not smell like shit. It's not yours, obviously. So, but Chris and I ended up.
Did something else happen to Chris? The way like you worded that was like he got his bag stolen again at this tournament.
No, he had to play me. So
okay, it's like the same level of trauma.
Yeah, worse fate. Actually, he
got his
backpack with him though. He did get his bag back. So Chris bought Goremongers and still rocking the stealth suits. We played on the same board that I played Nate in round 1, and I was actually kind of worried about this matchup because Goremongers, as far as I understand, with stealth suits will just come and like run at you, and they just want to fight stealth suits. And by the way, stealth suits don't have some great melee. I'm gonna
what the
spoiler.
Yeah,
spoiler alert. So
who would guess that?
Yeah. But we did have some fun moments. Chris beat me 13-10. So that's where my 1-2-1 comes from. We did have some good moments though. Chris actually, I forgot that Goremongers can actually charge in the strategy phase. And I had a nice little setup where I was like, all right, I had Razor Wire sitting on the middle. It's the Tomb World map where there's just basically like 2 breach points right in the middle. I'll drop a picture for you guys there. And I'd put a Razor Wire in the middle so you couldn't get through. On that center point, I was kind of sitting back and I had 3 dudes. I had a drone and 2 dudes just hanging out. And I was like, all right, I got this. I won initiative. I'm going to jump over the Razor Wire. I'm going to shoot him in the face. I'm going to profit. I forgot that he can charge in the strategy phase, and I did not jump over the razor wire. I did not shoot him in the face. I did not profit. So I'm going to send you guys this picture, and I'll put it in the in the video if you're watching the video on YouTube. So this is how it ended up with. No, that's the wrong one. Hold on.
How many photos of this do you have?
Well, I made him put his model back there at the end of the game just for this. So this is how it ended up. So he slid his leader over there, and I had 2 stealth suits and a drone that were all of a sudden, the drone was not in combat. My 2 stealth suits that I was relying on to nuke him were all of a sudden in melee combat, and it did not go great. So I think he killed one. I fell back with one of them. He just murdered the other one, and then actually he didn't know about my ability to fall back out of combat if you charge me. And so we played a like if you can imagine like yakety sax in this middle room where he charged me, I'd fall back and then like run away from him in circles and just like shoot him with the like pea shooter that the guy had. So Chris also, real nice moment. He charged one of my guys with his, he charged one of my stealth suits with one of his melee guys, and he rolled 4 1s on his roll, his melee roll. And I actually like punched, I think I punched him in the face pretty hard. I think I hit him for like 11 or something, and I think I killed that guy with a Tau. So yeah, he, I mean, had nothing to do with skill or anything. He just kind of whiffed on a bunch of 1s. So, and it's funny because he was complaining about my dice tray, and he didn't want to use the dice tray that we take to all of our events. He didn't like it because it's kind of bouncy, so he used his, and that's what he got. So,
oh yeah, I mean, like the dice trays are kind of bouncy, but it's better than no dice tray, right?
Yeah, I mean, the no bouncy, the bounce doesn't bother me really. I don't know. Some like whenever I've played Chad a couple times from up north, and we played at the Clash last year. He would not play, and we matched up again. He would not play with my dice tray. So I don't know. I think they're fine. So
they work pretty well for me, but I think you got to roll them close to the tray rather than from like up high, because that's what will cause them to bounce out. You got to like fling it out like a
yeah,
a
Pokeball,
I guess.
Yes, yeah. You can't be doing casino throws. This isn't craps,
Yeah. So ended up 1, 2, and 1. Had a really good time. Stealth suits, they need something. Everybody said it, and now I can verify that what the people smarter than me said.
Third Melta gun
is true. A third Melta would be good, or what some people said is maybe the blast cannons or whatever they are can shoot twice. Because they don't have any ability to shoot twice. They've got 3 APL, and most of the time, a lot of times they don't have a lot of stuff to do with them.
Yeah, that's fair. I can see that.
They're there's a lot of synergy you have to have with. I mean, you've only got 5 guys and 2 drones, and a lot of their stuff is within 6 or within 3 inches of each other. So you don't have the ability to really spread out across the board if you want to take advantage of some of their best like firefight ploys and strategic ploys, as far as like to do the get down Mr. President stuff, which also the get down Mr. President kind of sucks too. It's only on shooting. It doesn't count on melee. So you can't like ram somebody with a drone. But yeah, they need something else. Had a good time with them. I'm enjoying them, but I didn't really feel like I was very dangerous. The Meltas, the Cao Yun, when you get them, they get on your side of the board and you get a Melta or even one of the burst cannons on them that getting up to accurate 3 was really nice, but I didn't really ever feel that dangerous with them. So, but I enjoyed them. I might keep messing around with them, trying to figure out what I want to play this year for tournaments. So I think I'm gonna wait until
You're not doing Rekkas, not staying the Orcus guy around.
No, I was that was 20.
That was last year. Yeah, new Chuck. Maybe embrace your inner like schoolgirl and become a whatever they're called, sisters. Yeah,
sisters. Maybe I'm talking about bashing up a loyalist murder wing. So I've actually got some notes on what I'm gonna do with that. One thing I will say though is that with the stealth suits, I did kill one of Chris's guys with the drone. So on the like last activation of the game, I charged him with my drone and rolled the 1-5 that I needed to hit him for 2 and kill him. So
heck yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have his like half melee damage up in that, so I did take him out. So we did have another fun moment in that game that I really enjoyed. He was on a teleport pad and I was on a teleport pad, and so I teleported and we switched spots, and then he activated and switched us back. So yeah, but it was a good time. Westradiol folks did a great job in the tournament. Excited. I think they have another one coming up in May, I think, down at Glimpses. So keep an eye out for that and get signed up for that one too. So, but yeah, so that was my time at the tournament this past weekend. Oh.
Sounds like a good time. So,
I'll take questions now.
Yeah, who came in first on that?
In first, we had William. William was on the pod, brought the Death Watch and went 4-0. Ivan Small went 3-1 and 3-0 and 1 with Legionary, actually. So
okay,
and was in second. Olivia had Mandrakes in third. Tanner Sorensen, Brood Brothers in fourth. Mike Mello, Plague Marines in fifth. Mike won the hobby portion too. So Chris Dunchie came in sixth. CB was seventh with Vespid Stingwings, and Holly got eighth with Sanctifiers. So
nice spread on that. So
yeah. So and we did have a couple. I'm trying to think. I think we had a couple. I just want to look at like classified versus declassified. So we had Legionaries. We had Nick Herndon on Wormblade. And then, yeah, I think that was it for just 2 classified out of 24. So
maybe. I think the newer teams are more popular, than a lot of the classified teams. But we do have a couple diehards here in the Northwest for those teams. So,
yeah. So, Connor,
me,
you, I think you have an ad for us, right? We have a sponsor this week.
Oh yes, we do. Are you tired of having to think about shooting and line of sight? Are you tired of anything that's not melee combat? Are you tired of playing anything that's not Rekkas and betting on a lottery cannon? Well then, boy, do we have the game for you. You should try out Blood Bowl, the ultimate fantasy football game. Damn, it was almost good with that until I fucked up the Final Fantasy.
Connor, you got a box of Blood Bowl, right?
I do. I have these guys, Shambling Undead. They're one of the zombie factions, and they're pretty fun. Yeah. I randomly decided to join a Blood Bowl league because there's constantly some guys playing it when we have our kill team nights, and I was like, you know what, that game's always looked fun, and I wanted to paint up some zombies, and so I did. I've played one game of Blood Bowl now, and it was a great time. It is a weird, wacky, absolute like slot machine of a game, and I loved it.
Tyler, have you played Blood Bowl before?
I played like the table, or not the tabletop, the computer game, which plays identical to it. So I have a decent amount of time playing that. I've never played the tabletop. It is a very wild game for sure. So tabletop looks good. I just am completely saturated with Kill Team,
Connor, so tell us, like, after having played a single game, tell us your understanding, like a basic understanding of how Blood Bowl works.
Professional Blood Bowl.
Yeah, you know me, expert at all the games I play, never make mistake rules or say the wrong word. Classic. But yeah, Blood Bowl is pretty fun. For anyone that's never seen it, it's like a American football meets Age of Sigmar. I think technically Old World. I'm not quite sure, but and literally, fantasy football, because it's zombies and orcs and skeletons and elves and dark elves and all the old world classic fantasy races and stuff. It is essentially trying to get the ball from your half of the board into your opponent's, either through bonking everyone in the way, throwing it. Like elves are pretty good at throwing, from what I understand. Maybe the team I'm playing, they're not really good at throwing or running, but they're super difficult to put down, and they have a couple of guys that just hit like a bus, so the whole thing is trying to injure as much as your opponents to maybe score later on in the game. Seems to be the play style for them. It's very fun in the sense that it is technically 16 turns for each player, split into 2 halves. But what's fun is, like every game, there's actions where we roll dice. Sometimes in Kill Team, you'll make a shooting attack and roll all ones. Sucks. Your opponent goes, but then you get to make your, next guy go. Not in Blood Bowl. It doesn't matter what it is. Pretty much everything minus moving, as long as you're not moving near enemies, requires a dice roll. And if you fail that dice roll, whether it's the first one of your turn or the very last one, your turn immediately ends right then and there, which is fucking crazy. It feels very old school because a lot of these dice rolls are like on 3s and 4s, so not very hell. Some of them are like on 5s and 6s, surprisingly more than you expect. So it is a very chaotic game.
Absolutely. It's very fast paced, and the tempo change on it is immediate.
Yeah,
with it sometimes, so.
It's very, like as Tyler said, tempo, because I was feeling great at one point. Didn't score, lost 3-0, but it was the first game ever. Derek is a wonderful painter at our local area and a pretty cool dude. So he thankfully was my first matchup for the league and did a pretty solid job teaching me, because like, ironically, I Googled like how to play on YouTube, and one of the first videos was Mountainside Tabletop. So I guess they do Blood Bowl now. But they did a great job explaining it. And the new edition came out, so there's a couple of slight changes, mostly just like a better way to secure the ball, which seems nice, like on a 2-up instead of your normal agility skill, which is 3 to 5 depending on your team. But yeah, it's really, really fun because I had like 2 times where I was like, here's this beautiful play. I'm going to like pick up the ball and just go score a touchdown, and fail the roll. It's like, well, that's your turn. Derek, you go again. But thankfully I like killed 2 of his guys, knocked out like 6, and every time he knocked out one of mine, since they're zombies and undead, they have a like built-in regeneration. Roll a 4 up, they just get back on the field. So that happened a lot. I didn't have a single guy go to the field, other than when I got ejected as a coach.
What'd you get ejected for?
So if someone's down, you can have one of your guys foul, try and permanently put them out of the game. If you roll doubles on the foul and then armor break test, their player is ejected from the game. They got spotted by the ref. You can argue with the ref on a dice roll. 6 up, your player is fine. They stay in the game. 2 to 5, they get removed from the game. Nothing happens. And on the 1, you get ejected as a coach from the game and can't argue foul rolls for the rest of the game. And I was like, roll a 1. It's not that late in the game. It was like turn 9. I'm like, this will be fine. I'm not going to roll it. I throw the dice like perfectly up in the air. It like spins and lands smack dab. Doesn't even bounce. It's perfectly solid on a 1. And we all there was like 4 or 5 of us around the table burst out laughing. It was a fantastic moment.
Oh, that does sound really good.
Yeah, so. It's a fun game. I'm very excited to like have no idea what I'm doing, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's always at like Tacoma and stuff. Blood Bowl's always having a blast. They're one of the coolest and most excited groups around. So,
I think Chris Fitzsimmons used to actually play Blood Bowl too. Yeah,
and Greg's an avid Blood Bowl player when he gets a chance. So.
I mean, I'm always looking for an excuse to buy another box of miniatures. So
yeah, we got to figure out what you'd play, Chuck. What would be like what's your go-to fantasy?
I mean.
Like species, sorry. I guess your go-to fantasy is like on the beach with surrounded by babes and IPAs.
Sorry, I blanked for a second there. No, my go-to fantasy would just be like a nice like walk with Jenna along the beach. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I guess that's true.
All right, we'll talk about it in the after show. I don't know. My go-to. In fantasy, I like the dwarves. I always like humans.
Yeah. I mean, the Bretonians has got like some great new models with the new edition, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, always looking for an excuse to buy a box plastic. So maybe I'll check it out. I'm on Mind Taker right now, and the Wood Elves actually. There's a Wood Elf Blood Bowl team new in box right now for like $32. Sculpts look a little dated.
Yeah, a decent amount of the sculpts for the game are old, like old world level old. But there's plenty of 3D support for it, which is pretty cool from what I understand. But also the sculpts are just fun, at least for the more modern kits, which is nice.
Do the teams play pretty differently then too? They have like pretty varied stats and stuff?
From what I understand, definitely. My undead are pretty slow, but they are hard to actually put in the dirt permanently. And then I have like 2 big mummies that will just obliterate anything they touch. And then like my next matchup is against halflings. So like the average strength in the game is like 3. Halflings have a strength of 2, which means when I like punch them, I get like 2 dice. But then they also have 2 guys that can throw them like literal treemen that have strength 6, which will like obliterate all of my guys, because that means they roll 3 dice and get to pick the result.
I'm on the GW website right now. I'm looking at the Blood Bowl box, and actually the Bretonians, they look pretty cool. Might have to I like the new Bretonian sculpts, even the
really.
Age of Sigmar stuff. I think they look great.
I like
Yeah, I think they're really good too. Doom Kings look really cool too.
Yeah.
Off their Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
So
maybe I'll have to pick up that box. So and then
it was nice just because like Kill Team, there's a lot that goes into the game. Same with Blood Bowl. There's a lot of like individual rules that will affect maybe 2 of the 12 players on your team. But like for the most part, you can read a stat card and generally understand what someone can go. Like I was picking up the game by like turn 5. I had I'm not saying a strategy expert, but I could know what to do and what I needed to roll. There wasn't a ton of like uphill battle beyond just what the hell does this stat mean type of thing.
Yeah.
Do you know anything? Isn't there like extra like other dudes you can get?
Yeah,
yes,
star
players and yeah.
Yeah, and those are like basically mercenaries that you get.
Yeah, kind of like when you hire a merc in like Mordheim or Necromunda. It's kind of like that, where especially for league plays where they come into effect, but depending on your team will determine like what star players you can hire. Like I can get a werewolf, which is just pretty fun. Like he's got a great sculpt where he's like catching the ball in his mouth. I'm like, yeah, I want to pick that guy up. He looks fun.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Then like the big guys are also like separate for certain factions too. So you'll only be able to select those like depending, and those are purchased separately sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of them are the resin, but from what I understand, not too bad. Like relatively recent-ish resin, so that's good.
Yeah.
On the website, there's only like 4 things to buy.
It just did get that update. I mean, like, so, and then a lot
of it was like last year.
No, yes, last year, but like, 3 months ago last year.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to pick up that 3rd season edition.
Yeah. There's a decent amount of teams available still, but a lot of the older teams are out of stock.
Yeah.
One of the complaints I do hear is that star players and stuff like that, or some of the teams can be hard to get for Blood Bowl.
Oh yeah,
so
that's why I think there's probably a huge 3D printing scene, just because like a lot of those models are literally the only way to get them is 3D printed, for better or worse. But I think there's rumors, like I know in a couple days we'll have a preview for it, so that might be some new stuff. Apparently, like maybe pirate elves based on some of the like previous GW did. But also, people are hoping, since they've seen the success of like Kill Team as a side game, and then at one point not Underworlds, them too, I guess, but Warcry, that GW is going to put a big effort with this new edition of kind of like what they did with Necromunda a while back, where it's like we know it's a weirder, even smaller niche game, but we're going to try and give it the support it needs so it can continue to flourish, which is cool because it's a fun game. It's one of those ones where it's like I don't see myself being like my main game, but it's one of those where the boxes and teams are so goofy looking. Like the other undead have literal scarecrow zombies. Like I just want to pick that box up just to paint like Halloween monsters and stuff and have those models.
All right, if you actually search for Blood Bowl, you get more than if you go to just Blood Bowl page, there's only like 4 things, but if you search for Blood Bowl, there's a whole bunch more.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
you just got to go to the Warhammer site, not the whatever. You look at the Kill Team site, and it's not good either. So
yeah.
Oh, I forgot that there was separate websites. Yeah, I was just going to the Warhammer.com one.
Yeah.
When they made over RogCon, that was a sad day.
There was like blood in the streets when that happened.
God, it's still rough. I like. It used to be the first site I'd wake up and the first thing I'd do is open up RogCon in the morning. It was like a great website.
What's your first site now?
I'm not.
Discord?
Yeah, Discord. Yeah.
Discord or YouTube most of the time. Like YouTube is if I'm going back to bed and I just need something to listen to.
Yeah. If I'm taking my morning constitutional, I'll aimlessly scroll TikTok for a little bit. Maybe Reddit, depends on like how bleary my eyes are when I first wake up.
Oh,
so like more bleary leads to like TikTok, I'm assuming. Less bleary leads to Reddit.
Yeah. If I can like read, I'll do Reddit. If I can't read and I'm not really processing stuff, I'll let it like feed me content. So
also, I see what you mean, Chuck. At least in the WarCom, maybe that's why it's like 4, 8, 12, 14 teams have back in stock soon, which I've never even seen as like a tag on it, but it's probably because they're all getting reboxed in like the new edition art.
Yeah. Tyler, what are you looking at now, dude? You want to
looking out the sun?
Weird.
that's That is my monitor pulling up the Warcom site. So
Gotcha.
I just have a very nice monitor that gets very bright now.
Fair
So
enough.
when I put on a white screen, it lights up my face.
But Blood Bowl is also the reason I'm asking how to learn to paint faces at Chucky Con sometime, because it continues to be, I'm like, I just don't like painting skin. Undead, I don't have to worry about it if it looks bad because they're undead. But at one of these points, I'm gonna have to learn how to like paint a face decently enough, especially if I want to play elves, because like all of them are unmasked. I'm like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're trying to get Nick Shirty to actually run a class for us at CritCon this year, because he's an amazing painter. If you look at look for Shirty, Scherdy on Instagram, he's an absolutely amazing painter and also has a teaching background, so it works out perfectly. So Nick, we're gonna Connor wants faces, so
yeah.
So I know Jeremy Spake was saying too that he wants to take advantage of that at Chucky Con too. So we've already got the dates for Chucky Con. So that'll be this summer. We got some big plans for Chucky Con, and we always end up like having these plans about what the million things that we want to do, and then we just watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
But it's a good time with the homies.
I'm excited. I've been working on my YouTube playlist for Chucky Con. So.
Oh my God. Boy. Jesus Christ. Tyler, what was have we talked about it on the podcast, that fucking song there, or what was the thing? Or just like,
it was Bad to the Bone. It was just the Bad to the Bone.
Every 20 seconds for 4 fucking hours.
No, it's just randomly. Just, you don't know. Sometimes it's like, really close together. Sometimes it's like really far apart. Chuck was just having a hard time. It was really like he was watching some instructional videos late at night by himself, and it was ruining his rhythm.
No, because literally I was trying to sleep, and the room I'm in is butted up to the wall where the TV in the main room is, and the sound bar was right against it. And they were just like, you guys were hanging out doing whatever the fuck at 2 a.m, and I just hear da-na-na-na-na. And then like at a random time, da-na-na-na-na. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, so
it has to make you feel like you're going crazy a little bit, right?
I was like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Like, because I tapped out early, and I'm like, are they just messing with me? What are they doing? No. But speaking of tapping out, gentlemen, thanks for coming. Before we get to Tyler doing our plugs, we actually have something we want to plug for a community member and someone who was at CritCon this past year, and will be at CritCon this year. They're trying to figure out what they want to do. So Roger Porter. So Roger Porter has cancer. So Roger has had cancer in the past, and last month was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. They had testicular cancer about 11 years ago and thought they were one and done with their cancer experience. That was not meant to be, though. They had surgery and radiation treatment a decade ago, so that rules out radiation this time, and they've gone straight to chemotherapy. So they're gonna have 6 cycles, and if they're lucky, if I'm lucky, but more likely 8, 2 weeks per cycle puts them about 4 months of infusions. Last time they had cancer was a full year before they got their energy back up to par, and they're expecting a similar experience. Your job has been very patient and understanding with sick days, but have drained those resources because our fucking system sucks. That's my part right there. The medical bills aren't piling up too much yet, but the cut in pay from using the state's disability is already starting to hurt. Looking at the next 6 months of mortgage payments and bills, and already on a tight budget, and when they're healthy. So 2026 budget is going to be stressful. So Roger has a GoFundMe, which we'll put in the show notes. And also, if you're in the Portland area, on January 31st and February 1st at the Blackwater Bar, there's going to be a RogCon, actually. So 2 days of tabletop gaming to support Roger Porter and his recovery. There's a suggested donation for a spot at the table. So on January 31st is actually going to be war and skirmish games. So we got some Warhammer Fantasy, Mordheim, Gasland, Cyber Savage, Space Hulk, Badgers and Burrows, SmackDown, and one other one that I can't read on the poster. So day 2 on February 1st is going to be role-playing games. So Liminal Horror, Dungeon Crawl Classics, Carrion, Old School Essentials, and some more Warhammer Fantasy too. So Roger also has a game that they put out actually called Drunk Jousting, which I haven't had a chance to play. And actually, Jenna's mom even wanted to try out Drunk Jousting. So it's if you're in the local area, it's in stock at Mindtaker. So I'm sure you can also get it on their website and they can ship it to you. But Roger's a member of our community and going through a hard time. So if you're able to support either by a direct donation to the GoFundMe or coming out, I'm going to try and make it to that event. I want to check out the Blackwater. I've wanted to check out the Blackwater bar for a while, but I also I want to go play some of these nerdy games and help support Roger. So
for sure, Roger's a super cool dude. He's pretty active in like the old school tabletop wargaming, RPG scene. Just an all around, just awesome guy. I got to meet him a few years ago at 3D Roleplay Con, and then I was real excited when he came out for the first Crit Con. Just like come check it out. I know he's like a little skeptical. He didn't like see the vision when he came to the first one, and he showed up and he's like I was so wrong. He's like, you guys are killing this. I can't wait to be part of it. And he's been an adamant supporter since then. So Roger's such a cool guy, and it's rough to see him struggle. So so happy to get out there and support him.
Yeah, so we'll put the links in the show notes if you want to help support Roger. Tyler, we're gonna shout it out across the Discord too, the RogCon, as well as how to help. So member of the community needs some help, so it's time for us to step up where we can.
Absolutely. So check out Roger on Instagram. I believe it's just roger.porter
nice.
On there. You can check us out at Vox Cascadia on Instagram. You can get me, Lowbrow Minis, Connor at Spanaway, Chuck at Painting Cave Minis. You can also get us on Patreon at Vox Cascadia Podcast, where you get to listen to our fun after show. Also check us out on YouTube. We're available on there at what is it? It is Vox Cascadia.
Vox Cascadia. Just search for Vox Cascadia on there.
No, it's Vox Cascadia Podcast on there too.
Yeah.
So I just linked to my buddy that I play Battlefield with. So he was nice about it. So yeah.
Nice. Well, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff.
Ring the bell for notifications, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to say.
Yeah, so go leave a comment on our YouTube and on rate us on whatever platform you listen to us on, and then and come show Connor your feet.
We love you. Good night.